Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and at the time of recording, it's just gone 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. on Saturday, 23rd November. I've just watched, well, I say just, a few minutes ago, watched the Doctor Who Series 12 trailer. Watched it 3 times, once on the official Doctor YouTube channel, once on the BBC America YouTube channel, and one on the BBC YouTube channel, plus also watched Crispy Pro's reaction as well, so that's technically a 4th viewing of the trailer. So, seen this trailer about 4 times now. Well, I think it's very good. It's a very good trailer. I mean, some of the clips are a bit short and put together, but still pretty good. Honestly, the trailer feels like it could be a movie. With this, the other one, Series 11's trailers, they definitely felt that they would be for a TV series. This trailer feels like it could be for a movie. With some lots of great shots. I don't even know if these are all from the same episodes. With Series 11's, yes, they look like they were from the same 10 episodes, but some of them are from the same episodes. But there's so many different shots here. You could be mistaken into believing there's more than 10 episodes. I think there will be 10 episodes this series, like last series. But you'd be mistaken into thinking there's at least 13, like series 1 to 7. But at the same time, like I said, it looks like a movie. It looks really cool. Some great character moments for the Doctor and companions. Also, Stephen Fry gets to make an appearance. We knew earlier this week Stephen Fry. Well, actually, we heard rumours that Stephen Fry was a guest cast, and it was confirmed earlier this week with Lenny Henry. Earlier in the day, I think after the trailer was dropped, 2 other people named to be guest stars. I can't remember. Fun fact: Stephen Fry was actually going to write an episode for Series 2, but for some reason or other, it was pushed back to Series 3, and Thier replaced it. And then it just wasn't made into an episode for Series 3, so it's just never been made. Maybe his appearance here will make up for not having his episode, or at least for him, at least. As for Lenny Henry, I didn't see him in the trailer, unless he was that thing. I think Crispy described him as one of the Arachnoses. It was him, or maybe at another point. I mean, that one was probably the closest. But I don't know if that was Lenny Henry or not. And I don't know if that was the Arachnos or not. It might be a completely different creature. Although it'd be interesting to go back to the Arachnos. Big Finish have done it. I've not heard the audio yet, but it's one of the classic monsters, classic Doctor's New Monsters stories. So we'll see how that goes. If you've heard it, then write something below for saying what you thought about it. Got to see the Jadoon briefly, considering how many pictures we saw of when they were announced. How many pictures? We only saw one shot of a helmeted Jadoon, although we heard it talking, so that was cool. Also, a couple shots of the Cybermen. So the Cybermen are definitely in Series 12. The Daleks have been apparently seen filming a few weeks ago in Bristol. Bristol's a lovely place. On Clifton Suspension Bridge. The Suspension Bridge is amazing. I would have preferred the Daleks to have waited until Series 13 until they made an appearance. Maybe if they appeared in the series finale, then perhaps it'd be great. But the last story was a Dalek story, so without the series in between Resolution and the next episode, or any episode in between Resolution and the next episode, then yeah, I think the Dalek story for Series 12, if there is going to be one, they weren't seen in the trailers, in the trailer, I should say, so maybe they're at the other end of the series, maybe they're in the series finale, or just before the finale. Otherwise, I think they should have stayed until Series 13. But the Cyberman design looks pretty interesting. Really cool helmet. See how the rest of the body goes. Hopefully they'll look a little less like robots, because one argument I've heard against the 2006 and 2013 versions of the Cybermen is that they do look a lot like robots, or generic robots. So hopefully these ones will look a little less like that. Maybe throw in some of the some more human parts to represent that they are cyborgs, but at the same time continue to be emotionless cyborgs, so we don't have stuff like in the 70s and 80s, as fun as it was in the 80s case, where they would have emotions or human-esque dialogue, like excellent. As fun as that was, not so much with the 70s ones, but with the 80s ones it was really fun. But despite that, I think they should be emotionless, at least to a point. Only have a certain number of emotions, and even then have that as a weakness to them, seen in Age of Steel, and to a lesser extent Closing Time. I say lesser because it was a pretty rushed and pretty bad ending. So we'll see how that goes, and be very, very interested to see this goes. And lots of great new monsters. And halfway through the trailer it's kind of a bit of a fun trailer. The world is kind of the universe maybe even is in danger, and we got this, the Doctor and the company being spies. That was something we've heard earlier this year. It was a rumor, and I love the name's Doctor, the Doctor. Oh, that's amazing, especially for like me, if you're a Bond fan as well as a Doctor Who fan. That is just amazing. It looks like it's going to be a fun romp. Halfway through the trailer, the tone of the story, because it's like I said, it was a fun adventure. At the moment, halfway through, change in tone as we get to Paris 1943. So it's going to be a World War II story. And can I just say I'm glad it's not 1941, because we've had 3 stories set in 1941 across series 1 through to 7, with The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, Victory of the Daleks, and a little bit of The Pandoric Opens, throw that in as well. And the Doctor Within the Wardrobe. Also, I just have to mention that throughout series 6 to 7, there were 3 stories set in 1938. Let's Kill Hitler, the first bit of the Doctor Widow in the Wardrobe before it cut to 1941, and The Angels Take Manhattan. Stephen Moffat, 1938 isn't the only year you have to send your characters back in time to. So yeah, that 1938 has been the one that's been overused. 41, I think, as well, but with longer time gaps between each one, thankfully. So I'm glad we got 1943 as the setting for this World War II story. A bit like Curse of Fenric, although this time it's in France. So yeah, it's going to be, from the Doctor's expression, things are going to get dangerous. And there seems to be quite a few pseudo-historical stories with lots of aliens. At the same time as the 1943 Paris bit, we also see that the Doctor seems to be being hunted by something, and the companions are saying, we're going to join you no matter what. We'll defeat it together. I think it's around that point where the Cyberman makes an appearance, but I don't think it's the Cyberman that's going to be after the Doctor. Something's after the Doctor, and hopefully we'll find out what by the end. Hopefully it won't be a mystery box. Maybe not necessarily like in the Ravenous Audios or something where you've got this creature going after the Doctor and companions. Maybe it'd be a mid-series reveal. Apparently the first 2 episodes are going to be one of the biggest stories there happening. Ooh, that'll be interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but it's looking really cool, some really great stuff, and some great visual effects. It looks really cool, and some more great cinematography and editing. So yeah, it's a great trailer. I think the only issues are that the clips are a bit too short and quick, so it goes past very quickly. But it's still really well executed and some pretty cool humour. Now that we know these characters, it's going to be fun to see them back again. And hopefully, like in Resolution, they're quite teamy. Resolution had them how I think they should be like going forward. And they've gone through their progression throughout series 1. Yeah, Yaz hasn't had a huge amount of character development, but I think we're going to be seeing that next series, hopefully. So the characters. A little bit more progression, but as a team, they should be as they like how they were in Resolution, if not even better. So hopefully that will continue to grow and be amazing. And looking forward to seeing the classic, old villains back. Got the Jadoon and the Cybermen, possibly the Daleks, possibly the Raccoons, maybe the Sea Devils. They've been rumoured. And the new monsters, some pretty cool new monsters there. Bradley Walsh has apparently called some of the new monsters, or quite a few of them, scary. At the moment, they're looking pretty good. I don't know if I'd say they're scary just yet, but maybe when we get to the episodes, they might be scary. At least one of them is going to get into the TARDIS. Possibly the thing that goes after the Doctor. We'll see. And I think at one point the Doctor will bring something to somewhere, similar to the Master Mandragora, the Mandragora energy. That'll be interesting. So yeah, that's some thoughts from me and about the trailer, and some pretty great casting, including Stephen Fry and Lenny Henry, as well as also Angia Mahar. I can't remember her name, but the actress who played Rani in the Sarah Jane Adventures is apparently going to be in this series, so that'll be interesting. Right, that's some thoughts from me. I'm going to hand you over to the others to give you some of their opinions.
Hello, so good old Nicholas has asked me to send in my thoughts of the trailer. I have, of course, written down a couple of notes. Not this nonsense. What? There we go. Yeah. Straight to the point. Good trailer.
Hello! Oh, that's a bit loud. So, Nick asked me to share my thoughts with about the trailer. Um, I I guess I'll do that. So looking at it, it's looking to be a really good series. I mean, of course, because it's a trailer, but I think Chris knows how popular the scene where 13 had her goggles was, so they're returning, I guess. Stephen Fry being in it as well as Lenny Henry, that's interesting in their own ways. Looking forward to the episode where they're in suits. Looking forward to the Jadoon episode. Looking forward to the Cybermen returning. That's pretty cool. I love myself some Cybermen. The Paris 1943 episode will be good. Maybe the same episode as other things, but um, I'm I'm hoping that's also the Cyberman episode because like if they were doing stuff with Mary Shelley, wouldn't that be in France? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Um, but also the episode of the car chase is giving me high hopes, and just everything else in the trailer as well is just good. I don't know how to do trailer reactions. It's good. I'm looking forward to the season over to.
My thoughts on the Series 12 trailer was that it was a bit of an improvement over the Series 11 trailer and sort of Series 11 overall. Coming back to Series 11 a year later, now having the time to come back to it, it does very much show up Series 11 in a way of saying that basically Series 11 was sort of the test pilot series in that. And although elements from Series 11 were very good, I just felt like this trailer kind of does sort of show it up in that fact. It's sort of like the Series 2 trailer compared to Series 1. You get to the end of Christmas Invasion, you see that Series 2 trailer, and you think, the series is a bit better than Series 1 actually, because they're doing stuff that Series 1 didn't do, and that's sort of the same ideas I got here. So it basically kind of really just shows up, and unfortunately that is a bit of a crutch to Series 11 now. There's this second series now which is kind of just going, well, actually we're going to do stuff better and that, and yeah. I really do like how kind of like they do show off a lot more footage this time. It's like, they're not afraid to kind of like go at it and say, this is, the monsters we're gonna have. Because in the Series 11 trailer, I felt like, we got less monsters and more is the Doctor and the team and that, and more, this is sort of an adventure, but not really in a way. It's just like it felt very much they were trying to market it as something else when it should have been something else entirely, and it's a proud moment when you see all the monsters, especially like the Jadoon and the Cybermen, and the returning ones as well, because it kind of shows like there's been updates to series, the previous series' designs, and they're not keeping with the old designs. It seems like with the Cybermen they're doing a resolution kind of thing again, which I don't mind, because resolution was a good way of kind of reinventing the Daleks for this era, and I believe that they could just do this. I know they could just do the same for like the Cybermen, but I feel like they're gonna do something different in that. It's sort of going to be a better kind of like maybe Nightmare than the Nightmare Silver, because that was like that was supposed to be kind of like an reinvention of the Cybermen, and it kind of like didn't work. And this time I feel like it's gonna work better this time. Yeah, and also feel like the shots are a lot clean this time. I feel like with Series 11 it was very good quality. It was like movie quality, but I feel like Series 12 is just going to go much better. I feel like, again, Series 11 was just the test, and Series 12 is obviously like version 2. It's like, we've done the tests, here you go, here's a different kind of take on it, and we're going to do some, older stuff, but we're going to reinvent it for this new kind of thing, which, again, I feel like Series 5 did well, was just like, we're going to kind of reinvent some stuff, but we're going to keep the old stuff in, but we're going to kind of like, change it up a bit and like show you that basically we are trying to move forward in this sort of new-ish era, but we're going to keep the old stuff in because, we care about you, and that's sort of what kind of Series 11 didn't do until Resolution, and already it seemed a bit too late. I feel like, Resolution should have been an episode, should have been just like a normal episode in Series 11. Again, probably like Dalek or something like that, but we're not talking about Series 11, we're talking about Series 12, and the trailer's just great, and honestly, I cannot wait for this series. What I'm going to get from this series so far is it's not going to be really good. I don't expect it to be like really, really like 10 out of 10 RTD sort of stuff, but I do expect it to be sort of on par with Torture Series 2, which was Chibnall's like season. I feel like Chibnall does better with like kind of second seasons than he does with first seasons. I feel like the second season kind of shows where he went wrong and this is where he's gonna go right. So I feel like the second season of his Doctor Who, I feel this is gonna be the point where he's gonna correct himself on that and he's gonna make this right. And I hope it is like Torture Series 2, because that series was really good. It was good, and I liked some episodes of that, and yeah, I didn't like some episodes of that, but that's part of the core of that series. I feel like this series is probably going to be the same. So that's my thoughts, and I'm sorry for being a bit too long. Please cut it, Nick. Please.
Thank you, guys. So anyway, that's it from us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys when we see you. Goodbye.